Okay, so now that I have my color theme established, I need to start creating shapes. So for this project, you need to have at least two each of a rectangle, ellipse, polygon, star, and a line. So 10 total shapes at least. If you want to create more than that, then that's great. And the way I would go about doing this if I were you is I would create all my shapes first and then go back in and recolor them. I found that that's probably the easiest way to go about doing this. So when you're creating your shapes, they need to be different sizes and shapes. Also, you should rotate some of them. So some of them that you can't tell if they're rotated, like if you create a perfect circle, you can't tell if it's rotated, right? But my rectangle, I can rotate. So I'm just going to go ahead and create all of the rest of my shapes. Again, 2 rectangles, 2 ellipses, 2 stars, 2 polygons, and 2 lines. Okay, now I have created all of my shapes. I created most of them using the same color. I actually changed the color for my lines. I don't know why, but I did. So now I'm going to go back in and recolor them. I'm going to use my black arrow, my selection tool. I will click on the shape that I want to recolor, and then I can choose either the fill or the stroke color. So right now, fill color is that sort of cream color, stroke is none. So now that stroke, I just clicked on stroke, so it's in the front. And in my color swatches, I can select a color from the color theme. So notice that my stroke now is that sort of dark teal. And now I can pull up the stroke weight. So that is good there. I can change the fill color by clicking on the fill, again accessing my color swatches, and I will choose that sort of lighter green. So I can do that for the next one. I'll keep that fill color that same cream color. I'll click on the stroke. Notice my color swatches keep sort of hiding, so I will click on my swatches and I'm going to click and drag out this panel. So now it should stay here instead of going back in and hiding where it came from. So I will click and select a different color for my stroke, increase the stroke width to something different, and then I will continue on changing the colors for all of my shapes. Okay, so now I have changed the colors of everything, except this one last star. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that fill color. I will change the stroke color to one of my other color swatches. Now I can change the order of my layers. So if I want to, I can move this rectangle up, for example. So I can hit Control and the right bracket key to move it up in my layers panel. And I'll open my layers panel again just so that you can see everything moving around. So maybe I want this star to be at the top. So right now it's below some other objects, Control and the right bracket key to move it up. So it moved up to the top in my layers panel. So just rearrange everything so that you are still able to, whoops, that's isolation mode. We don't want that for right now. It doesn't really matter, but we don't really need it right now. So I'm going to just rearrange my shape so that my composition is something that I am happy with. There's no real rhyme or reason to this. It's not like it needs to look like something, but I just want to be happy with the way my shapes are positioned and what order they're in. Okay, there it is, my finished collage. Now that I'm all done with it, I need to export it. So instead of just saving it, and you can save it as an AI file for yourself in case you need to go back and edit it, but to submit it for class, go to File and Export. We're going to choose Export As, and the file type that you want is a PNG. So that's popping in automatically, and then you can locate the document, the file that you want to put it into. So if you want to put it on your desktop or wherever else, go ahead and do that. So just keep your files organized. Name it first name, last name. So my first name is Christy, my last name is Horner. I'm going to call it NR Collage. So the NR stands for non-representational collage.png. And I will hit export. And in this next dialog box that opens up, I am just going to leave all those options. So the screen 72 ppi is okay for right now, and then all of these other options can just stay. You don't need to change any of the other options. Go ahead and click OK, and then I have saved it. And at that point then you can go ahead and upload it to Classroom and submit it.